wins this season released star running back Kareem Hunt on Friday night after video surfaced that showed the NFL's reigning rushing champion knocking over and kicking a woman in a Cleveland hotel hallway in February. No arrests were made or charges issued at the time. The Chiefs released this statement. Earlier this year, we were made aware of an incident involving running back Kareem Hunt. At that time, the National Football League and law enforcement initiated investigations into the issue. As part of our internal discussions with Kareem, several members of our management team spoke directly to him. Kareem was not truthful in those discussions. The video released today confirms that fact. We are releasing Kareem immediately. For more, we welcome in our NFL insider, Dan Graziano. And Dan, this is unfortunately similar to the Ray Rice situation with the Ravens and the league back in 2014, and that neither the NFL nor the Chiefs actually viewed the video before TMZ released it yesterday. Can you explain why neither of them were able to obtain the video?
Yeah, Hannah, this really gets to the issue of what these NFL investigations in terms of the personal conduct policy can and can't accomplish. They're not in court. They don't have subpoena power. They can't compel testimony. If the hotel is not allowed to release the video and the police don't want to release the video to the NFL, they don't have to. So whatever methods TMZ had for obtaining the video is obviously not something the NFL is comfortable engaging in. So in the end, they sort of have to wait for it to come out and hope that what happened yesterday doesn't happen. Obviously makes everyone look bad. It brings up the question you asked of, are they doing a thorough enough job? So it really is a matter of these investigations that the NFL has decided to do when it comes to issues of violence against women, when it comes to issues of personal conduct, and how far they can go, which is why the Chiefs' decision to release Kareem Hunt is so significant for the league going forward. It establishes a consequence. You know, you mentioned Ray Rice. Ray Rice was an older running back toward the end of his career. Kareem Hunt's a 23-year-old superstar, rushing leader, making almost no money for a team that thinks it can go to the Super Bowl. If a team is willing to cut a player in that situation over this, that should serve as a warning for players who find themselves in this situation in the future. Cooperate with these investigations, or the consequences could be significant.
Meanwhile, Hunt is on the commissioner's exempt list, so you bring up the point that he's young, just 23 years old. He's in his second season in the NFL. What happens next in terms of a timeline?
Well, just as we saw last week, and I'm not equating these situations, obviously, but just as we saw last week with Reuben Foster when the 49ers released him, Kareem Hunt will be subject to waivers. Early next week, any team in the league will be able to claim him on waivers if they so choose, as Washington did with Foster last week. I think it would be a surprise in light of the video and in light of the backlash Washington took for the Foster claim last week if someone did. And so if he goes unclaimed, he becomes a free agent and anyone could sign him at this time. But you have to remember, he's on the commissioner exempt list, which means he's basically suspended with pay for the foreseeable future. Any team claiming him would just be claiming his rights so that when and if the league allows him to play again, he would be on their team. But it's so murky right now in terms of when that would be. It's very difficult to imagine that he gets cleared to play again this year. So you'd be talking about a future prospect. I think it's unlikely that he gets claimed, probably unlikely that he gets signed once he clears waivers. And the future for Kareem Hunt in the NFL is going to depend on a lot of things that have yet to happen in terms of him making amends, the league investigating further in terms of what they want to come up with in terms of a suspension. So it's a long-range prospect if Kareem Hunt has a chance to play again in the NFL.
Right, and in the unlikely event somebody picks him up, obviously he's not going to be able to play in or attend any games until this investigation is over and a decision on some potential discipline is made. The Chiefs face the Raiders tomorrow in Oakland. Dan Graziano, thank you. And much more on the Kareem Hunt fallout on the way. Our Chiefs insider on what the team does now at running back after cutting their leading rusher.
This is, I often tell people that I'm afraid and that I have a lot of fear. And I know I've talked about relationships don't work. And this is some of the reasons why. Here is a young man that's locally from around here, I've been speaking highly of him, and I'm still, a fan of his because things happen in life. But the point I'm trying to make again is, it seems like every time, or sometimes, I'm going to say some, I mean, it's like we are afraid to be successful, man. We don't even know how to do it. Like, there's no instruction manual, just like giving birth to a child. There's no instructions somewhat on how to handle these situations. So here we go again. A guy that was local, that's from around these parts in Ohio. I'm sure it happens all over the country and all over the world. But here we have a situation in a scenario again that's you're dealing with women. And in dealing with women, some of this stuff happens. I know nobody planned this. Like, okay, in the beginning, it's a great idea. Maybe it's a Friday, Saturday night. I'm kicking it. I'm doing a little something. I got money in my pockets. I'm somebody. And I'm going to order, and I'm calling it order some women or whatever, or select some women that I want to deal with tonight. And leaving the Cleveland hotel, surveillance cameras and everything, just lock and load everything that occurs in a hallway on a given Friday, Saturday night, or whenever other night of the week something can happen. I'm afraid of women. And it's these types of allegations, these types of charges, and it goes all the way across the board. In this state and other states. There's people who have been incarcerated from down south who didn't do anything. And then you have a situation like this where a young man is caught on film because of a altercation with a female. I see in the school system quite a bit. The boys are wrestling and pushing the girls around, and the girls are laughing, thinking that all of this stuff is cute. And I would tell anybody from the sound of my voice, you're going down, boy. You're going down. And nobody is playing. And this video here is clips of showing that this is real. So if y'all look at my other 700 videos, which most people don't, which is cool. If y'all did, man, I predict this stuff. Stay away. I don't know what to say. If you can find you a female or somebody who you can hang with that you trust, but that word trust is gone out the vocabulary, it seems. So I don't really have any hate or anything. I just shake my head to myself like, damn, man, we can never seem to fully get over in terms of working hard, getting your finances together, being successful. It's always a situation, it seems like, with a woman that brings guys down, man. Brings them down. And I don't know what to say. I have no answer, because if I was in the same situation, it's very possible I would do the same thing. So that's showing you that I'm not saying that I'm exempt or that I'm special and unique and I would never do anything like that. I'm holier than thou. No, man, I shake my head. I don't know why we have trouble with success. I don't know why. Maybe that's a question I would ask God if I ever got a chance to talk to, say, Michael at the pearly gates. Why was it so difficult for a young black man or whatever to accept the fact that we can be successful, especially in Ohio? Now, for anybody that got history, I'm not going through names, but know of multiple situations as well. If you're in other states, and you can verify it for you too. But this doesn't mean that everybody's a bad person. The females involved is not bad. He's not bad. It was a situation, an incident that occurred because the truth is relationships don't work and people have trouble getting along. They do. I ain't write that. I ain't change it. I'm a product, a victim, a successor, or whatever else in the situation as well. Any one of us can go down at any time. I'm only really talking to the black males. That's who I'm talking to. That's who I'm talking to. So we are the ones that are under fire constantly. Now, when you bring it on yourself, I get it. Okay, no problem. These are not Tom Brady stories. They show the clip that comes up right after this with him being celebrated and worshiped once again for doing some stuff. Drew Brees is being worshiped for doing outstanding things. And now we got Kareem Hunt, who's a local guy from here. They played against the Browns. He scored 2, 3, 4 touchdowns or something like that. Gave away almost 100 tickets, I believe, or some amount of tickets to the Willoughby South kids to come to the game. His mother was involved and all excited. Now, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is brought to the light once again, and there's another black eye in the game for a black man. And it's not going to stop. So it is what it is.